Hey guys, I'll be showing you all how to make B-hop in Minecraft Bedrock. So let's start off. So first of all, we want to get our Y velocity. So TP, let's do 1000. Should be enough, right? So first we want to scan for float, unknown initial float value. Let's teleport. Just give it a sec, right? Teleport, then decrease value. Decrease value, decrease value, decrease, 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 till we touch the ground, increase value. And now we want to, yes, we want these values right here, negative 0.078. So, not this, not this, not that. This. Now let's just see which one gives us the, oops, oops. So, not those, not those. Crap, I did it again. So, it's from in those, amongst those. Most likely is this one. Nope, wasn't that one, I guess. It seemed like it. Just a visual one. Alright, so it's that one. Alright, so now that we have our Y velocity, we can stem off of this one to get our X and Z velocity. So if we adjust this by 4, this should give us our Z. If we adjust this by negative 4, this should give us our X, and then the original one should be Y. So now we have X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. So now, to start getting B-hop, we want to find out what it writes to this address. So we should see a few. My bad, it was what accesses this address. There you go. So we should see two instructions that get used when we move around. These two right here. And the one that we're looking for is this one with ads. So looks like both of them are here. This one interacts with our X velocity, and then this one interacts with our Z velocity. So if we were to look at RBX plus 0.4, that would be our Y velocity, but it's not here. So it's X and Z. Let's make a script out of this then. Template, AOB injection. We can save this into our. Oh, we got lucky. We got both of them we got both of them in our script. So to start making B-hop, we can first of all we can change this to be moles. Moles. And now we want to set our own like max velocity. So I'll set this to name this speed, and then I'll give it a value of oops, give it a value of 20. Why not? 20 seems good, right? So after we changed ADDSS to moles, now we want to change these to be our new label, so speed. Both of them. Speed. So now if we did this right, we should have some kind of B-hop. Kinda. I'm doing this on the fly, I'm not really. We still have a boost while in the air, and we can still like reach our max our max speed while in the air too, kind of just snapping to the left and right. So I bet we just have to yeah, we just have to check when we're in the air and then multiply speed by 2 or something, so that it's more noticeable while we're in the air. So let's copy this, copy and create a new one. I'll name this code air. So in code air, we want to multiply speed. So instead of it having a value of 20, it like maybe 40, 40, 50. That makes sense. Let's do 40, 50. So we'll move into some random register XMM. Yeah, XMM13. We'll move speed into this one so that we can start doing math with it. Let's multiply XMM13 by 2. Alright, so we'll make a new label. Mul. Mul have a value of 2 because we're going to multiply 20 by 2 to equal 40. So mul. So we're moving speed into XMM13. Speed is equal to 20, so that means that XMM13 is equal to 20. Now we're multiplying XMM13, or in other words 20, by mul, which is equal to 2. So this would be 20 multiplied by 2. That should equal 40. So now XMM13 is equal to 40. We can now put XMM13 instead of speed into these addresses now. It's raining. That should work. So this is the math that happens when we're in the air, and then this is the math that happens when we're on the ground. Now we just have to like differentiate when we're on the air and when we're in the ground, on the ground. Right. Okay, so if we were to compare, what are we using? RBX? RBX plus 0.4, in other words, our y velocity is equal to this. We will, no, if it is not equal to this, we will jump to code air. So basically what's happening is we're comparing RBX plus 0.4, in other words, our y velocity, to this float value right here. J and E means that jump if not equal. So if our y velocity is not equal to this, it will jump to this section of our script. If it is equal to this value, it will not jump to this part, but instead it will continue going down the list and do this instead, our ground math. If I explain myself good enough there, I don't know how else to explain it. So if we are not on the ground, so jump if not equal, if we're not on the ground, it will do the air math instead. If we are on the ground, this jump shouldn't get executed, and we will continue down to code, and then this will jump to return, completely skipping our air math. Right. So yeah, we jump normally, and in the air, we have a boost. Yeah, it's a little slow. Let's make it a little faster. 3. It's barely noticeable. Uh, I could make this like automatically jump. So this is the math that gets used when these are the instructions that get used when we're on the ground. So what's the jump thing? I don't remember. So EAX or CX. 0.42 seems about right. So let's move into RBX plus 0.4, float value of 0.42. So if this works, when we're on the ground, it will automatically jump for us, making an automatic b-hop. There you go. I'm not pressing space at all, I'm just holding down W. And if I stop, it should, yeah, it should stop. Alright, so that's b-hop right there. We could probably, yeah, we could probably make a value that we can change outside of the scripts. Let's do that. Why not? So speed is a static number, and then multiplier interacts with speed to create a new value. So if you're like, imagine it, speed is the root of all of the all of our speed. So we can just register this speed and register it later. Speed. So dude, my laptop sucks. Speed. There you go. I forgot to set it to floats. So now we have our own interactable thing. So our speed is 20. If we were to set this to like 1, yeah. So it makes us really slow. We can set this to 100. Makes us really fast. It's perfect. And we could also make the jump higher. Let's do that. So 0.42. That's the value of our jump. So let's create a new label. Name this one jump. It's equal to 0.42. And we actually register the label first, and then register the symbol. And then deregister the symbol when disabled. So now we just want to move. Oh, that's a problem. So if you didn't know, this is not correct. You can't have two registers that have brackets moving into each other. So we have to move this into an XMM register. So moves XMM. We already have 13 U's. Let's use 12. XMM 12 jump, and then we can just do XMM 12 here. Mouse. So we're moving jump into XMM 12. XMM 12 is equal to jump. So we can then just shove XMM 12 into our Y velocity. Jump is equal to 0.42. We registered the symbol, so we should be able to see outside the script. Jump. And we have to set it to float as well. There you go. 0.41999. Same thing. So we're still jumping. We could set this to 1. Why not? There you go. we jump slightly higher. No, slightly. I think that's pretty much it for B-hop. Not really much you can do here. It's pretty like straightforward. Hope you guys liked the video. That's how you make B-hop, and a few little extra features too.